Hi everyone, this is the LEGO Creator 3-in-1 Tropical Toucan. It's the very first LEGO polybag of 2025. In some places in Europe, these polybags have actually switched to paper bags, but in North America, we still have the regular polybags just like we got in previous years. So we're gonna get these 3 builds in this polybag with just 59 pieces, so that looks pretty nice. Here's a look at the back of the polybag. Nothing too interesting there, but we do note that there's a Kids Go Free coupon to Legoland, so that's pretty cool. Alright, let's open the polybag and see what's inside. And of course, I will set the instructions to the side because I never use the instructions. I'll sort the pieces first by color and then by exact piece type. Here's a better look at the parts included in this polybag, since there is no part list on lego.com or in these instructions, at least based on previous polybags. Hovering over the pieces, I note that there's 2 prints here, so these are pretty exciting. I think we have seen these before, but they're always nice to get, especially in a polybag that's very inexpensive. Bunch of colorful pieces right here, those are nice, and a lot more black pieces than I was originally expecting. These pieces are not the same, but rather they're mirrored, and these pieces right here are extra, so they do not count as part of the 59 pieces. I think I forgot to mention this in the intro, but this is a polybag that is or was available on lego.com and in LEGO stores with certain purchases above $50 or something like that. So basically buy sets in the themes of City, Creator, Friends, or basically these non-licensed themes, and you would get this for free at that time in early January 2025. And you might be able to get it from other retailers at different times, depending on where you are in the world. And with that being said, let's start the main build, and I will rely only on this picture right here to build it, because there is no other alternative, and there is no 3D view for this on LEGO's website. And we're done with the build. These are the extra pieces. The main build is a very beautiful looking toucan. I like the foliage piece right here. The flower looks pretty nice, and it's done quite simply in fact. And the toucan is easily removable from this stand. And I like that they included this in just the polybag set, because they did not need to include this. Well, I guess they needed to use these pieces for the other builds, but you get what I mean. The toucan itself is pretty nice as well. I like the colors used here for the beak, going from orange to yellowish orange to light yellow, and there's regular yellow at the bottom and top, so that's pretty nice. We also have the yellow here, the gray part here. I'm not quite sure if that's the best color. Other than that, the color consistency is fine. I like the big printed eyes, they look pretty cute. Over on the top here, we have a bit of boxiness just because of this plate right here. There's no way to make this totally smooth, at least not with the pieces provided, but I'm okay with that given the size and scale of the set. And here it's a little bit blocky as well, so you can tell that this is LEGO. This is not an 18+ adult model, it's just something for kids 6+, so I'm fine with that. But it is still a display model. You're not going to be able to play with this. The beak does not open and close. The only thing you can do is rotate the eyes. Even that is not super easy to do. Like you have to do this. So this is much more for display than for play, but I guess even kids these days would like to have some nice display models in their room that do not break the bank. And because you can get this for free if you buy some LEGO stuff anyway, or you buy it for $5 from your favorite retailer in the regions where this is available, I think that's a good deal. But before I give my final verdict, let's take a look at the other builds. And let's just look at this one last time from all angles. I think the sides, and looking at it from the side and the front, that's the best angle. From head on, it doesn't look too great except for the flower. Top it looks okay. I like the wings, by the way. This curved piece right here, it's perfect for this purpose. There's not much to see at the bottom. Oh, and there's this extra clip here. Nothing is included in the set to attach to it. I guess you could use these extra pieces to make one more tiny little flower, or you just attach this to something that you create on your own with your own pieces. So I like the inclusion of this clip as well. Now it's time to build the fish. So this is the fish, at least the way I built it. It's very hard to figure out what exactly this looks like just from this one image, but I wanted to give myself a challenge and not use a 3D view for a small polybag like this one. So I think the fish itself looks great, especially from this angle. From this other angle, not so much. I'm assuming this is the piece that was used to attach the fins to the main part of the body because I could not find any other piece included in the set, and it is a small set. Over here, same thing, I see that there's a bit of white here, so I know that this is the piece that was used to attach the fish to the seabed, just for display purposes. I would have liked if this was transparent, but that would have made this build make less sense. So maybe they could have included one more piece just to make this build look a little bit nicer. But other than that, I appreciate the nice part usage and the fact that this whole fish is built sideways. I think kids who build this, even if they follow the instructions, they're going to learn a lot about various building techniques, and you can see how you turn one animal into another with the same pieces, the same exact pieces. So even though this build is not perfect, it's very blocky. It's not necessarily something that is intended for adult collectors or looking for the greatest amount of detail. It still provides a decent amount of joy and creativity and thinking experience. So overall, I'm happy with this build, even though I acknowledge it's not the very best looking, especially when looking at it from this side, because these pieces and just it's a jumble of pieces, so it's not really the best looking from various sides, but that's okay. Alright, now let's build the third and last model, the penguin. And we're done with the build of the penguin. This uses the least amount of parts, but is arguably the cutest of them all. Here's all the parts that we ended up not using. I'll push those to the side, and we'll just have a closer look at the penguin. So this was fun to put together. Mostly straightforward, no major challenges here. You just gotta know which part to use where, so when to use a brick versus when to use the plates, so that in the end, you end up with this exact shape. And yeah, it's a pretty cute penguin. The only thing I don't like about it is this exposed hollow stud right here. I think this is, you could imagine it to be fur or something, but just, I wish there was a way to do the wings like this. I know that's not possible with this piece exactly, but you get my point. So minor nitpick there. Other than that, the penguin is fine at this scale, and for the target audience of 6+, this is totally fine, and I'm very happy that LEGO made this set with 3 different builds, because a lot of themes right now, they're cutting the B models and C models. You just get one build and that's it. So I'm very happy that LEGO Creator is still doing most of their sets as 3-in-1. That's a very big value to me. So yeah, 59 pieces. You might be able to get this for $5 at many retailers, depending on where you are in your region. And it does say here, models cannot be built simultaneously. I think that's obvious, but I like that they wrote that there, just to make it super duper obvious. So yeah, I like all these builds. My favorite is the Toucan. It uses almost all of the pieces and has some very nice foliage in addition to the main model of the animal. My second favorite is this penguin, because it's just so simple and so cute. And this is my least favorite. It's still an okay build, but I would definitely prefer to build these. And just a clarification for the instructions that I have not used. These are only for the main build. If you want to get the instructions for the other builds, you're going to need to go here to lego.com/building instructions and download the PDFs for the alternative builds. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Did you get this set as a gift with purchase by buying stuff from LEGO recently, or did you find it in stores? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for tuning in.